We've cracked the code to book meetings with companies like Netflix, Disney, and Stack Overflow using a completely different approach. The secret? It's not mass outreach, AI SDRs, or fancy copywriting tricks. Let me show you the framework that's consistently landing meetings with hard-to-reach prospects. If you are actively trying to grow a B2B company and can't quite crack cold email, you're probably thinking maybe outbound just doesn't work for your industry. But after helping hundreds of clients across almost every market segment, we've discovered something surprising. The real challenge is converting those meetings into actual revenue. In this video, I'll show you how our go-to-market engineers are adding over $100,000 in revenue per month by combining intent data, sales enablement, and RevOps optimization. Hi, I'm John from Hypergen. If you're trying to generate qualified B2B leads and you're struggling to convert them into actual revenue, what I'm about to share could transform your entire outbound approach. First, let's address the elephant in the room. You're probably thinking, yeah, right, another agency making big claims. I get it. You've seen it all before. But Jonathan from Dingus and Zazzy thought the same thing until we helped him generate 8,500 qualified leads, and they ended up closing 215 deals in just 18 months. And he's in one of the most saturated markets, digital marketing. How? We discovered something that changed everything about B2B outreach. You see, every prospect leaves digital footprints showing exactly when they're ready to buy. Like when Gray Falcon's team was spending 85% of their time prospecting instead of selling. We flipped that ratio, and now they're spending 90% of their time closing deals. 12 closed deals, $78,000 a piece or more. Partnerships with brands like Hanes and Brother. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried outbound before, and I've even worked with another agency and got zero results. Trust me, I hear it all the time, and I get it. You're probably spending a fortune on paid ads because outbound isn't working. Watching your SDRs struggle to book meetings, using your main domain and risking it getting blocked or burned, and sending long emails full of links that nobody reads. Getting ghosted even when people seem interested, and running campaigns through your CRM, wondering why they fail. After working with over 150 companies, we discovered successful outbound isn't about any single tactic. It's about having 5 essential components working together. 1, your emails actually reaching inboxes, deliverability. 2, targeting exactly the right person, targeting. 3, clear signals someone's ready to buy, intent signals. 4, messages that get responses, copy. 5, a proven process to turn leads into revenue, the sales process. But here's where it gets interesting. Today, I'm going to show you how we match outreach to each stage of the buyer's journey. Most companies blast the same message to everyone. However, we've discovered that prospects leave different digital footprints at each stage of awareness. When new VPs and directors get promoted, they typically spend about 80% of their budget within the first 3 months. That's a perfect buying signal that works across every industry, because new leaders want to make their mark fast. For marketing agencies and MarTech SaaS tools, we analyze creative output and ad spend patterns. When a company suddenly increases its ad creative volume or runs ads on specific channels, it signals they're scaling and that they likely need help optimizing their campaigns. Here's what it looks like. We track technical signals for SEO companies. First, we can check if a website has a slow page loading speed through Google PageSpeed Insights, like you can see here. We then prioritize reaching out to websites that take over 4 seconds to load. Next, we scrape the whole website with Zenrose and pick 5 keywords they might want to rank for. The last step is checking if their website is not ranking on page 1 for each of those keywords individually, using their default company location as the search location. Here's how the final message might look like. Another time, we built this ABM table that we use to find the right decision makers, influencers, and end users, enriching each of their emails with multiple providers, also known as waterfall enrichment, and then crafting a unique message for each of them, depending on their role and decision-making power. We did that for a proposal SaaS company, as you can see here. For another company, they were looking specifically to target companies laying off or about to lay off employees in the US, since they can help them save costs on some of those fees when that happens. We found this awesome website called Born Tracker. We then used our data scraping tool to grab the company names, states, and estimated date for the layoffs. On top of that, we went to each of the company's Glassdoor profiles and found their ratings, as well as any negative feedback employees were giving about the company. In the end, we could use that information to personalize the messaging when reaching out to those companies about to do the layoffs. We track when organizations are switching their tech stack or adopting new tools, a perfect moment to introduce your solution. When companies recently start using HubSpot, we know they might need help with CRM optimization. Or it might even be a good time to talk about how your SaaS tool integrates with their CRM. We monitor companies posting specific job roles that indicate growing pains for HR solutions. A sudden spike in SDR job posts? That company needs help scaling its outreach. A wave of customer success roles? They might be struggling with retention. The key is spotting these signals before your competitors do. After helping hundreds of companies book book meetings with hard-to-reach prospects, we know exactly which signals tell us a company is ready to buy. Right now, you're probably frustrated with outbound, spending countless hours researching prospects, writing personalized emails that never get replies, watching your SDRs struggle to book meetings. Maybe you've even worked with another agency and gotten zero results. Imagine transforming these struggles into real opportunities. Picture this. Instead of guessing who might be interested, your team engages with prospects actively showing buying signals. When these prospects respond, it's because we've reached out at exactly the right moment with a personalized and relevant message, not because we've blasted thousands of generic AI-generated emails. We carefully combine intent data with human insight to ensure every outreach feels personal and timely. A common question we get is, can you maintain this quality at scale? The answer is yes, but not by letting AI run the whole show. While we use AI to help analyze signals, every campaign is crafted and overseen by our go-to-market engineers to ensure messaging remains authentic and relevant. Now, intent signals are just one piece of the puzzle. What makes this approach so powerful is how it fits into a complete outbound framework. When you combine perfect timing signals with the right infrastructure, messaging, and follow-up process, that's when you see consistent results. Book a discovery call to explore how this framework could transform your outbound results. Instead of your team spending hours manually researching prospects and sending cold emails that never get responses, you could be focusing on what matters most, having meaningful conversations with prospects who are actually ready to buy. On this call, we'll understand your current approach, explore who you're trying to reach, and share an overview of our framework that's helping companies land qualified meetings in just a few days. You'll see exactly how we identify companies showing buying signals in your industry. Best part? You'll walk away with valuable insights, whether you work with us or not. Click below to book your strategy call. In just 30 minutes, you'll get a complete tactical go-to-market strategy that you can use to transform your outbound results.